gentlemen, today my heart bleeds, terribly bleeds, how Zambia has stooped so low in all angles of leadership, particularly political leadership. I cannot imagine that the independence that our forefathers fought for could be abused by one president, Edgar Chagwa. I am extremely disappointed. I don't even know what words to use to show my displeasure. President Edgar Lungu announced the danger of COVID and said people must be wearing masks, social distancing, avoid gatherings, avoid unnecessary travels. To the contrary, the president goes to Northwestern Province, addresses PF cadres in about 3 districts. Openly we saw there was no social distancing. Addressed public rally. Openly we saw that there was no social distancing. And yet, the numbers for those infected with COVID-19 keeps going up. As of today, the numbers are well over 1,000. Now, when you look at the behavior of the president, it does not give confidence to the people of Zambia that indeed we have COVID amongst ourselves as Zambians. My personal feeling is that all the figures that we've been given for COVID are fake figures. And I don't think we have COVID among ourselves. We supported the president when he did a partial lockdown. Little did we know that the man was on a political mission only to stop opposition from campaigning and also mobilizing. Surely, all political parties, when they want to have meetings, they've been taught that they should have a health permit, they should have a police permit. But you've seen that PF continues to have meetings, mobilization meeting, to make matters worse. Of all the people, the President of the Republic of Zambia, who signed that statutory instrument to introduce COVID measures, is the first one to break the law. People of Zambia should not be taken for granted. Look at what is happening in England. Mr. Cummings, who is only an advisor to the Prime Minister, drove over 100 miles, and look at the condemnation in the entire England. Look at the condemnation by the British people. But here we are taken for a ride. How can our own president, our own head of state, who signed the statutory instrument to restrict certain things, be the first one to break the law? That's why I said my heart bleeds. President Edgar Lungu, you've let us down. As a consequence, I am asking you to immediately open the bars. Immediately allow churches to start gathering. Immediately allow all aspects of human endeavor, economical and otherwise, to start functioning normally. And I'm calling upon you to institute a commission of inquiries to really find out whether we have COVID in this country. Because the effect of the partial lockdown has really been very bad on the populace, citizenry, and indeed on the businesses. But your behavior doesn't speak to this. Everybody who was diagnosed to be positive was isolated in the hospital, where you were in areas where you were calling isolation centers. In these isolation centers, medical personnel, doctors and nurses, were kept away from their families. They were working 14 days. After 14 days, they are quarantined on the pretext that we have COVID. But Minister of Health, your Minister of Health, has said he tested positive to COVID. Where is he? At his house. Your Minister of Information tested positive, according to you people. And she's also in isolation at her house. What kind of deceit is this? What kind of playing with people's lives is this? Look at the picture or the video that was shown from those who were quarantined in Nakonde. They were busy playing, singing. How can people who are sick behave like that? It simply shows that the whole COVID thing is a hoax meant to achieve three things. One, block the opposition from conducting their political affairs. Two, you were being unfair to the poor of the poorest by closing the bars. Some of them in these bars is hand to mouth. Three, you wanted to attract donor funding so that you can use the money because our treasury is bleeding. Our treasury has no money. But really, this will haunt you for the rest of your life, my dear brother, President Edgar Lungu. The best you can do is to institute a commission of inquiries. Because even among the people that were said to be positive, some of them are refusing, that they doubt whether indeed they were positive. Look at the deaths. The number of those who are reported to be positive is well about 1,000. The deaths remain at 7. And out of these deaths, 3 have said they doubt whether, their relatives have said they doubt whether that was COVID. The Mumbwa case, the Kafue case, and the other case from Lusaka. I've said that these people were just sick from other ailments, starting from a long time, but you claim that these were COVID cases. This is the worst that a Republican president can ever inflict on his people. I ask you, with due respect, immediately let all aspects of human endeavor, let economical activities start to run normally. You are being unfair unless you convince us otherwise and give us an explanation why it should be you to say you are going on a working visit to Northwestern Province when in actual fact you went just to mobilize your party and to address public gatherings. You even went in the market in Kabompo, in the market where there was no social distancing, seen buying sweet potatoes and them. What a behavior of a head of state. Lesangalefo kufunyo muntu pamupando. Nangu lesangalefo kulanga abantu kutilo yumuntu talingile pali inchito mwampela. Alabalo wechilafi. And it is true, a president, lesanamulo wechilafi. The best you can do is step down. This is one reason where a head of state can show maturity, can show integrity by simply resigning on moral grounds. God bless Zambia.